from the top. Now coming to the stage, the funniest comedian in the world, Chris Aiken. Good evening, everyone. I just want you all to know that I am dating a black woman from Brazil because I like my women the way I like my Arabica mix. Black, Brazilian, and sometimes a little bitter when I hold out on the cream. So the other day, I'm just sending her text messages trying to make her laugh. But all I'm getting back from her is KKK. So I had to ask, baby, what are you trying to say? And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I was speaking Portuguese. Because it turns out in Brazil, they don't say LOL or ha ha ha. They say KKK, which they abbreviate that as KKK. So I had to ask, baby, do you know what KKK stands for in America? And she said, no. So I found myself, as a white man, in the most precarious situation, having to explain the Ku Klux Klan to my black Brazilian girlfriend. And here's what I went with. Okay, baby, first off, they really like dressing up as spooky ghosts. And she's like Carnival. No, not like Carnival. And I went with crosses. They really like crosses. And she goes, like church. No, not like church. Finally, I went with, okay, baby, it's a bunch of white people that hate black people. And she goes, like your grandmother. Yes, thank you. Like my grandmother. So the other day, I heard this noise. Right outside my bedroom window. And I woke up in a panic, just, oh no, my cat, he's being attacked. Because I never heard cat sex before. All right? Also, the reason why it was happening is because I'm one of those few people that doesn't believe in cutting off the balls of your pets. Because they tend to remember that shit. So I just run outside immediately. I'm like, I gotta save him. He's being attacked. And I get around the corner, and there he is, going balls deep into the backside of a black cat. You know, like his dad. And he doesn't care. He sees me and just goes, hey, dude, how's it going? I'll be home in a minute. But she isn't having none of that shit and tries to run away. She's like, fuck this shit. That's a human. He's like, no, he feeds me. It's fine. I got it. Stop pulling. You know how cat sticks work, right? It's barbed. So she tries to get away, just ah. But him stuck. Please stop pulling. It hurts. Finally, she pops off, flying in the nearby woods like a cat-shaped rocket, just. And I turn back to my baby boy, and he's just leaning against the wall, just. No, give me a minute, man. Don't look at me. So I just bend down, scoop him up, looking down upon him like a proud father, and I whisper into his ear, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Thank you so much. That's been my time. You've been a wonderful audience. Now reintroducing our lovely host for the evening. Please give a round of applause to whoever the fuck his name is. All right, that's our first 4 minutes. That's 4 minutes of normal shit. So let's try to see how long does Hagrid's dad take? Now coming to the stage, this motherfucker. That was a good. Yes, I am that motherfucker. You know, I'm actually excited for the Harry Potter remake. That's right, people. nerd jokes. I am, though, because it means that HBO will finally have the balls to go into the backstory of my favorite character from the entire Harry Potter universe, Hagrid's dad. You see, Hagrid is half human and half giant, which means his dad, that man, hooked up with a 25-foot tall woman and lived. He must have just been staring at the world's tallest vagina, being like, you know what? I'm going to make that work. But I'm like, how though? I got some theories. Some are way worse than others. Let us begin. Like maybe he just dove in head first, swimming along like a salmon at the end of its life cycle. Oh, look, there's the egg. Or perhaps, little known fact, on the bottom of the giant foot is the giant vagina. And he just latched on like a koala using corn for leverage. Ooh! It was cuddle, or it was love at first cuddle. And my personal favorite, the more likely of the situations, pulled out his wand using that old enlargement charm, Ejacliosar, gave himself one massive hog, then he started hawking that thing around town like a Diagon Alley vendor, being like, giant cock, magically enhanced, taking on all challengers. That's when from behind him you just hear, I'll do it. I just picture this giant Danny DeVito with tits holding those things like cursed sandbags, being like, fee, fi, fo, duck. I smell a wizard I'd like to fuck. It's probably canon. So who knows what a dung beetle does and why? Collects poop to get laid. Hey guys, we do that same shit, but with fucking money. So what if, Spider-Man had been bitten by a radioactive dung beetle? I bet he would have cleaned up a lot more. That's right, I can't afford a band. You're getting rim shots from me. I just know most of his time would be spent going around town, harassing people, sticking his head underneath porta potties, just bothering. Come on, everybody, just give me 2 more ounces and I'll leave you alone. Because he's building his gift for Mary Jane to get laid. So he takes it to her house, just pushing along this giant ball, doing a reverse handstand the entire time, rolls it right up to her house, and she opens her door, tired of his shit. And he's like, I made it for you. Do you love me now? And she's just, Peter, we've been through this. I can't see my backyard anymore. It's nothing but a glorified ball pit. And he's like, you think I like doing this shit? I'm a fucking dung beetle. I can sense when people need to poop before they do. Which, by the way, sir, 20 minutes. But you know the worst thing? The worst thing? That's when his phone starts ringing. Dung man, dung man, dung man. Hello? Yes, Mr. Mayor, I in the hallway again. Well, stop having so much Chipotle. Sorry, Mary Jane. But, duty calls. Thank you so much. That's been my time. Fuck, I went 8 seconds over. All right. Okay, I think we can do that if we cut the koala, the giant vagina foot. It might be a funny tag, but okay, let's do this without koala. Now coming to the stage, the very funny Chris Aiken. I'm actually excited for the Harry Potter remake. I am, because it means that somebody will finally have the balls to go into the backstory of my favorite Harry Potter character, Hagrid's dad. You see, Hagrid is half human and half giant, which means that man hooked up with a 25-foot tall woman and lived. He must have been staring at the world's tallest vagina, being like, you know what? I'm going to make that work. But I'm like, how though? I do have some theories. Some are way worse than others. Like, one of my favorites is just, he just probably dove in head first, swimming along, like a salmon at the end of its life cycle. Oh, look, there's the egg. Or my personal favorite, maybe he took out that wand and used that old enlargement charm, Ejacliosar, and gave himself one massive hog that he started hawking around town like a Diagon Alley vendor. Giant cock, magically enhanced, taking on all challengers. That's when from behind him you just hear, I'll do it. I just picture this giant Danny DeVito with tits being like, fee, fi, fo, duck. I smell a wizard. I'd like to fuck. Hey, it's probably canon. You don't know. So who here knows what a dung beetle does and why? Collects poop to get laid. Hey guys, we do that same shit too. Half of y'all wouldn't be here if you didn't have the right fucking ball of cash. But what if, Spider-Man had been bitten by a radioactive dung beetle? I bet he would have cleaned up a lot more. That's right. I can't afford a ban for rim shots. You're getting it from me. But I think most of his time would be spent running around town, collecting, harassing people, just sticking his head under porta potty doors, being like, come on, guys, just 2 more ounces and I'll leave you alone. Because he's trying to make his gift for Mary Jane. And after he's built this giant turd ball, he's going to push it all across town, straight to her front door. Excited as can be. Oh, she's going to love it so much. She's going to love it so much. But then she just opens her door, just fucking disheveled. Tired of his shit. Well, look, Peter, we've been through this. I have no more room in my backyard anymore. It's a glorified ball pit back there. Peter just loses his shit. You think I like doing this? I'm a fucking dung beetle. I can sense when people need to poop before they do. Which, by the way, sir, 20 minutes. But you know the worst thing? The worst thing! That's when his phone starts ringing. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Dung man. Dung man. Dung man. Hello? Yes, Mr. Mayor, I understand. In the hallway again. Well, stop having so much Chipotle. Sorry, MJ, but duty calls. I'm way more proud of that one than I should be. Thank you so much. I've been a wonderful audience. Don't forget to tip your waiters, and here comes back our host of the evening. All right, cool. So if we do that one, I have to cut koala foot. Okay. Now, let's see how long is the masturbation shit. Okay. Now, coming to the stage, the greatest comedian in the world, Chris Aiken. First and foremost, I want to thank the wonderful staff at Cap City Comedy Club for having me go first. And also, my parents are here this evening. And I'll say this now, I am sorry. Parenting gets about 100 times more difficult when your child discovers masturbation. About 1,000,000 times more difficult when I found my parents' toys. That's right, folks. Adult humor this soon into the fucking show. So strap in and strap on. You're in for a raw ride. I remember being a teenager at my parents' house. They're out doing whatever. And I break into their bedroom because I was just looking for money. And I went straight to their closet where the good stuff is. Usually. And I look up to the top shelf And there's a giant paper bag, and I'm like, that's full of cash, gold, or jewels. Either way, I'm gonna be buying some Pokemon, some Pokemon, some Pokemon, some Pokemon. But then I grabbed the bag, I pulled on it, and raining down upon my head is 8-foot-long 1980s hard rubber dildos. Bop, 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 bop. It fucking hurt. But, you know, when life gives you lemons, I looked down and saw that one of those looked old enough. Had a right size hole. I'm not saying it was corrugated. Nobody's fucking SpongeBob SquarePants in this story. I used that thing. But I used it wrong. Because you can use it wrong when you're fucking stupid. And I used it like a glorified pocket pussy. That's right, folks. I took it to my parents' bathroom, pissed in God's face for roughly 30 seconds, and then put it right back in the bag. Thought nothing of it. Threw it back up onto the shelf, and then went about my day. You know, because teenage boys, we don't think about where the cum goes. Well, they don't think about where the cum goes until it's time to move. And then my dad came home first, which thank God for that shit, because I didn't want to have that conversation with mom. Well, maybe now she knows. She still doesn't know. Well, now she does. Sorry. And as soon as that smell hit his face, you know, there's not a lot of things that smell like that. I just picture him sniffing it like it's a like he's a fucking decanter, being like, "This doesn't smell like a Richard's Brew. Not enough pineapple." Sorry, Dad. And he just comes to my room asking this question. Son, when you make a mess, clean up after yourself. And he tries walking away. Whatever is that for, Papa? Because I want to be British in this part of the story. Papa? And he's like, oh, your mother, she's not into that anymore. And he walks away. You'd think that would be enough to stop me. But no. Next fucking day, I'm right back in there, looking at the top shelf and realized, oh no, they took my treasure. And they had replaced it with a picture of a very disappointed Jesus. All right. Thank you all so much for your time. That's my time, everybody. All right, so that one is also an option. It fits into 4 minutes. Which one is the best one? Which one is my best one? Okay. Let's see how long it takes to do kaka or a KKK into vision board rap. No, let's just do vision board rap and Intolerant Man. See how long that is. Now coming to the stage, the greatest comedian in the world, Chris Hagen. What the fuck? Sabotage? So, I figured it out, folks. I, as a white man, figured it out. Why rappers seem so confident. It's the rap. Just listen to the lyrics. They're all basically positive affirmations. Some of them are disguised as felony threats, but they're mostly positive. You know? Because just telling yourself, I get all the money, I get all the bitches, 3 birthday wishes, that's just great for your mental health. Well, what I'm trying to say is rap lyrics are basically vision boards you can twerk to. Unfortunately, you can't just manifest with any rap lyric. I found that out the hard way. I tried manifesting with Cardi B. Now I share a bed with 3 strong black men, and I'm the little spoon. I even tried manifesting with Ludacris. I owe child support and area codes 214-512 and 713. And I even tried to manifest with Notorious B.I.G. Now I got diabetes. And then Diddy fucked me and had me killed to keep me quiet. Now I could go into a story about my black Brazilian girlfriend, or how about a superhero joke? Do the superhero one because it makes more sense kinetically. Thank you. Indiscriminate Mickey Mouse voice. You know, intolerant people, they don't have a superhero. Probably shouldn't, but I invented one for them. That's right. I invented Intolerant Man. You see, Intolerant Man has the power to fly to other countries and then demand they speak English. An intolerant man gets physically ill anytime he hears, smells, or tastes MSG. And Intolerant Man has the power to turn down any music that interrupts Steely Dan. And this next bit of material is about the day Intolerant Man dies, and I go quick, so keep the fuck up with me. One day, Intolerant Man sees a gay Jewish couple kissing in front of a Cracker Barrel, and he passes out from sheer outrage. Then he wakes up into the future where everyone is ethnically ambiguous. No categories, just humans. So he panics, runs to a nearby mall, screaming, "Where are my people?" That's when this mixed race toddler looks up at him. "Sir, have you tried ayahuasca?" So he panics, runs to a nearby bathroom, staring at the mirror. He's shaking, he's sweating, and looking back at him is Kanye West. He slaps his face. It's still Kanye. He touches his hair. It's different. He opens his pants. The one-eyed purple monster. Then he screams to the heavens, "My white soul! It's leaving my body!" Then this mayonnaise-colored soul rises up from the chest of Intolerant Man, moaning as it ascends, as one final tragic tear rolls down his face in the shape of a Confederate flag. You see, Intolerant Man had become the one thing he hated most: being successful and black. All right, that's my time. That goes so much. Okay, so those work, time frame wise. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I guess we'll cut it there.